Golf Central on YouTube. Brought to you by the Rogue ST Woods and Irons from Callaway.
Well, it was another day of low scoring at the second round of the 77th playing of the U.S. Women's Open. We are back at Pine Needles Lodge and Golf Club in Southern Pines, North Carolina for a record fourth time. And we have two players tied atop the leaderboard heading into the weekend. Let's get, shall we, to how things look through 36 holes. Mina Harigae managed to hold on to the 18-hole lead she created on Thursday. She did carry one-stroke advantage into Friday, but she was caught today by Minjee Lee. A wonderful round by the Australian, looking to emulate her countrywoman and mentor, Kari Webb, by winning the Women's Open here at Pine Needles. Let's hear then, shall we, from our top two contenders.
It wasn't that long ago that you were having kind of a crisis of confidence. We got through the pandemic, you go out to Arizona, you win all those cactus events, and you've been on an upward trajectory ever since. How are you different now than you were during that time?
I think I'm just a completely different person and golfer in general. I'm hitting a lot more greens now. I've always generally been a pretty good driver of the golf ball, but it's my irons that have really taken care of where I'm going with my game, and especially actually putting too. I've been making a lot more putts. I'm way more confident with it. So, and I think just as a person, I'm much more mature. It took me a little bit, but I feel like I'm a lot more mature than I was in my 20s.
And what do you think you can attribute that to? Is it just the number of birthdays, or was there some process that you went through?
I think it's just the people I surrounded myself with. I went back to my old swing coach that knows me best. I met my fiance Travis. He has a great killer athlete mentality. He kind of brought me back to how I was in my amateur golf days. That kind of mentality, and just surrounding myself with people that are really good for me.
Minjee, after an opening 67, following that with a 66 today, you said the first day you played kind of conservative out there. How would you describe your approach today?
I mean, I think I was a little bit more on the conservative side today as well. I mean, I didn't go for too many of the pins. I was just playing for the more safer part of the green, or the fatter part of the green. But I did capitalize on a few of my birdie opportunities, and the par fives you can really take advantage of, especially if you hit it on the down on the fairway, and with some length. I think it's really helpful. So that's pretty much what I did today.
Heading into the week, you said you've been hard at work on all aspects of your game. Yeah. How would you assess where your game has been these first 2 days here at the U.S. Women's Open?
Yeah, I mean, my putting has been really nice. I mean, I've had really good speed on the greens. You know, inside 15 feet, I've been pretty solid as well. You know, my striking has been kind of on and off. Sometimes I had a few misses, but on the right side of the greens, so it has been okay. But, you know, I'm going to be a little more focused on those type of shots so I can be on the green and putting. So, yeah, that's pretty much how I have assessed the first 2 days.
You're right there at the top heading into the weekend. What do you think you'll need to do the next 2 days to give yourself a chance?
I don't think it's going to get any easier. So, you know, when I have my opportunities, try and take advantage of them, and, you know, play for my par when I need to, and I mean, even play for bogey when you need to. But, you know, par is not a bad score around here. So it's, I think, when you take your opportunities when you get them, but par is still a good score.
Absolutely, it is. Nice play in these first 2 days. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Well, Ingrid Lindblad sold some headlines yesterday when she went around Pine Needles in 65 strokes and entered the second round one off of the lead. She followed that up by hanging tough with an even par round today, and as a result, with a 136 total through 36 holes, she has bested the previous lowest by an amateur at the U.S. Women's Open by 1. Another story that came out today was regarding one of the top Americans in our game. Danielle Kang was doing a lot of stretching on the golf course. She seemed to be clutching for her lower back at times. After opening with an even par round yesterday, she struggled a little bit to a 3 over par round of 74 today. She has made the cut on the number, but was asked about some of these apparent issues after the round. Here's our Amy Rogers with more.
Well, Danielle Kang has been dealing with back pain since April. It's forced her to withdraw from 3 events over the last 2 months. On Thursday, her brother Alex posted on Instagram sharing a little insight into what his sister has been dealing with, saying that Danielle Kang is competing here this week at the U.S. Women's Open with a tumor on her spine. On Friday, after the second round, Danielle Kang confirmed that news.
I'm really happy that I'm here. It's been a difficult road, but I'm pretty stoked that I'm able to hit certain shots, and I feel like my game's a little bit there. I was worried about, I played so bad for the last couple months, and not only that, I haven't touched a club or practiced for a long time, so can't expect it to be a flawless round, especially at the U.S. Women's Open.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay.
Stefan?
Danielle, we know you've been battling some back injuries, and I saw on Instagram your brother's post about a tumor on your spine. Could you tell us about that? It sounds really scary.
I'm actually doing everything I can. I don't know how to answer these things right now. I don't have all the answers. I've been working with, Dr. Mohair, and he's been really great. And my physio, Heather Linden has gone above and beyond. Same thing with my physio, Erin Bond out here. They're just kind of keeping me together. I think my focus for now is just, my goal was to play this week. I didn't want to miss it. So for the last 7-8 weeks, I've done everything I can to get here. After this week, I will focus on addressing the issue and then try and figure it out from there.
Afterwards, Kang spoke with a few of us reporters off camera and told us that after the U.S. Women's Open, she intends to undergo more procedures and tests to learn more about this tumor and what she calls a process of elimination. At this point, she does not know whether it is malignant or benign, or really what all of her treatment options are at this point. She hopes that she can play healthy for as long as she can in her career and hopes to be pain-free at some point. She has withdrawn from the next 2 events on the LPGA Tour schedule, the ShopRite LPGA Classic and the Meyer LPGA Classic. Whether she will be able to play the KPMG Women's PGA Championship, the next major, which she won back in 2017, she said still remains up in the air. She simply doesn't have enough answers and is really just trying to take this all one day at a time. Cara?
Yeah, really shocking news, Amy. Thank you for reporting on that one. We wish Danielle the best, obviously, and she will be here to play the weekend. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day for moving day. We'll kick it all off with our pre-game coverage at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, live here from the U.S. Women's Open. Third round coverage begins on Peacock at noon. You can stream it there before it moves to the USA Network at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and then on to NBC for the conclusion of the third round from 3 o'clock until 6 o'clock Eastern time, when we will wrap up the day with our post-game coverage. Featured groups will be streaming live on usga.org as well. Well, the PGA Tour will continue tomorrow and through the weekend as well. This is how things look at the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday through 36 holes. Cameron Smith is looking to win at 2 pretty iconic courses in the same season. The Players Champion looking to back up his victory at TPC Sawgrass with another one at Muirfield Village. He carries a 1-stroke lead into the weekend, and we will see you there.